Hi, I'm Rebecca Thompson Hitt, and I'm the founder and executive director of the Consciously Parenting Project. And I am here with,
Rachel Rothman, and I'm going to be co-facilitating the Healing Story Circle experience.
so glad that you're here, Rachel. So today we're going to be talking about how to know if this might be a good fit. And we're talking about healing story circles. We're talking about different weekend experiences and retreats because they all have this core healing story circle concept as part of them. But this is what healing story circles do for us. So, if you need another layer of support, or if you are ready to have more support in your life, then these healing story experiences might be a good fit for you.
Yeah. And if you want to feel heard and validated, there's really a lot of space for people to listen to you. I mean, that's what space that's held is for, is to be listened and heard and just be able to feel what that feels like.
That's right. So many of us don't have those experiences in our day-to-day life. We have a lot of people who are trying to fix things for us or aren't really listening, and so it's a really special space. And then if you have a challenge in a relationship that you would like some support around, it doesn't have to be that, but I often find that, it's a relationship with a child, whether it's a small child or a grown child or an adult child or a child who has their own children. All of those are perfectly acceptable. Partners, the relationship you have with your mother-in-law, these are things that come up a lot in our healing story circle spaces. So if you've got a challenge in a relationship that you want some support around, healing story circles are really good for that.
Yeah. And if you want some extra love, if you feel like your love cup could use some filling up, Healing Story Circles are great for that.
Yes, yes. I just did a healing story circle this morning, and that was what everyone was commenting at the end. They felt so much love and connection and support, and it was just this beautiful thing. And it was virtual, mind you. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can get that love cup filled. It's really, really interesting how that happens.
Yeah.
So if growth and becoming the best you is a value that you hold. So this is that growth mindset. If you're ready to grow, even if you don't have a specific challenge, if you just want to grow and learn and learn how to connect even more and listen better, these are great spaces.
If you're ready to take responsibility for your own life and you want some support to do that. And I think that the space is so nice to be held that way. You really hear all kinds of stories, and the more you share, I think the more you get from that. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And it really creates that space where people are reflecting back you. So it becomes easier to actually see what's yours and take responsibility for that in your life in these circles. But in a gentle, non-judgmental way. It's not like, oh my God, you didn't, that never happens. So
Right.
um,
Safe.
it's very safe. It's very safe. And it's a great way to learn to take that responsibility. And you're committed to curiosity. I think one of the hallmarks of someone who's really ready to do this work is that they're curious about themselves, they're curious about others, they're curious about how they're showing up, and they're not coming in with I already know everything, but just with that curiosity. Wow, what can I learn from this? What can I learn from this space? What can I learn from the other people here?
Yeah, that really falls in with that growth mindset too, that
Yeah.
curiosity piece.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Um, if you have sufficient support for your family, meaning like if you can take a break and be able to show up and be present in that space. And there's definitely an understanding of being able to, like we have kids, we know what it feels like to be pulled in different directions, but being able to actually carve out some time. Now, and of course, things are going to happen, but having the intention to carve out that time.
That's right. And, also to just say, we also recognize that many of you are parents and many of you are parents of small children. And so, we have a mom right now who's got a 4-week-old baby who's part of our community who comes to all the healing story circles with her baby. So we don't expect her to divide her attention that way. So she's caring for her baby. If she needs to turn off her camera, she turns off her camera. She needs to mute herself, she mutes herself. But she's able to be as present as she possibly can be So it's setting up your life and your space so that you can be present.
Yeah, it's almost more about the intention
Hmm.
than anything else, I think.
Right, right. Like if you have a toddler, can you have someone else who can also help take care of that toddler so that you can have that space? Even if your toddler ends up crawling up on your lap and nursing or whatever needs to happen, that's okay. That's okay. So just to clarify that, um, yeah, yeah, that's an important one.
Hmm.
Yeah, thank you for that. So, if you are in alignment with the consciously parenting values, and you would know that you're in alignment if you've done one or more of these things and they resonate with you. So, I have a podcast. I'm getting ready to relaunch a podcast. But if you've listened to any of those and you're like, yes, that is what I want for my family, for myself, then you resonate. I've written 3 books. Read a book, see if it feels good to you. Um, Attend the member calls. So that's attend a healing story circle. Listen to the Q&A calls. That's part of my membership. So if the answers that I'm giving resonate with you, then that says maybe this is for you. Or if you've done a one-on-one session with me and that works for you, then you probably would really, really enjoy a healing story circle.
I think the other thing we didn't mention here too is like you have all those courses. And so I think that would also be another way that they would know if they're resonating with.
That's right. That's right. I've got lots and lots of things out in the world. Read my blog. There are things on there too if it resonates. But just check in with yourself and make sure that it's, this is where you want to be, because I want people who want to be here. That enriches the whole experience for everybody. So let us know if you have any questions about that, and we'll be back next to talk about how to know if it isn't for you or isn't the right time for you yet.